Oh my goodness, guys. This is the Tech Vibe Radio One Mic Stand. And every day I get pumped to do these. And every day I'm finding out I'm just talking to some of my most favorite people in Pittsburgh. It's like Pittsburgh's got such a cool, tight community of people working at all levels, doing all sorts of things. And someone who I've admired for such a long time is Nina Marie Barbuto from Assemble. Nina, and once again, you bring the coolest Zoom background. I'm going to give you an award for best Zoom background so far on the Tech Vibe Radio One Mic Stand. And can't thank you enough for taking the time to talk to us today, because I think the work that you're doing, it just works on so many levels. I mean, you're helping kids, you're helping adults, you're helping the community, and you're bringing tech into the scene. It's just such a cool thing what Assemble does. And I don't do justice describing all the things you do. So if you could maybe just give us a little, just quick, like nickel tour of all the great things Assemble does, and then we can jump into all the cool stuff you're spinning up during this whole COVID thing, because despite the fact people can't get in front of each other, you're finding really unique and creative ways to get kids engaged.
Thank you, Jonathan. And it's always great to talk to you too. And I, again, appreciate that you appreciate my glitter.
Yes.
Behind me.
It's wonderful.
Well, one of the things we like to think about at Assemble is like, you know, someone made up the whole world around you and you can too. And in the digital space, it's a little bit easier to, I can't fill my house with glitter, but at least I can have a JPEG of it.
Somehow I think you would put glitter around your house. I don't know.
There's a lot of rainbows happening in my house, actually.
That's good, man. I like that.
But like I said, at Assemble, like we are, we bring people together, and it's all about building confidence through making, so people can create, connect, learn, and transform together. And it's empowering people to make the future that they want to see. Really learners of all ages, even though a lot of our programs are geared towards those who are, let's say, like in that K-12 space, because we got to remember those folks who are like 6 years old now are going to be grown-ups.
They will grow up one day. Yes.
And like, think like if someone took the time with you, Jonathan, to be like, oh yeah, you can reimagine the world that you want it to be. And you can use art, you can use technology, you can use science, and you can engineer it to make it happen.
And what I think is so magical and completely kick-ass about Assemble is that you're reaching a lot of kids that normally they wouldn't have that opportunity, right? Because there is a huge digital divide out there. And unfortunately, there's too many folks in Pittsburgh and the world where they don't have access to these tools that can open up new doors for them. And so Assemble does that. And that's why I get really excited about it.
And it's like we're helping to overcome a lot of those challenges, as well as like the stigmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Are hiding deep within that. And I like to say that we're helping folks to reprogram themselves, but also reprogram everything around them too.
Exactly right. Yeah, that's true. And you've been around for a while now. I mean, I remember when you started this thing, and I was like, man, this is such a cool idea. I want to see this thing thrive. And it's not just thrive, it is just completely kick butt.
Well, sometimes, Jonathan, I feel like we're still in survival mode. But
we all do, man. We all do. But it looks like you're kicking butt, and I love it.
We're trying. But yeah, this year we turned 9. And it's crazy to think that we're going to be 10 years old next year.
Whoa, a decade, man. That's so cool. And before you know it, you'll be a tween, man.
Woo, then I can really be my true Visco girl self.
Exactly.
Maybe then we'll get a TikTok. I'm still, but that's a good segue, because even though we're not putting our programs on TikTok per se, thought about it. But we've transformed our in-person programs, which like Assemble is all about bringing people together.
I know. It's the Tech Council is too. And we're like, man, we can't do it the way we normally did.
So like, it's like, how do we do that? And so we've been able to transition to virtual after school to bring kids together. And we also have been able to design and provide kits for kids with the materials. So like, I don't know about you, but you might not have any LEDs living around your house, just like,
I find a couple between the couch cushions from time to time, but I don't have a full set.
And like, you might be out of like coin cell batteries, and if you had Model Magic, it's already used. Let's just say that. Okay. And you can always use more googly eyes.
Yes.
Um,
Can we all use more googly eyes at any point in time?
and so like we pulled together these really fun kits for the kids to put it out there, and we even were able to get a donation from Venture Labs, which is a national organization that does a entrepreneurship just like lessons, and they gave us
Hmm.
all these beautiful like thick workbooks for to give out to the
Oh,
kids too,
sweet.
to think about like, well, how do you use making as a way to do a business as well. So like
Right.
we have our activities that we're going to be leading the kids online through, as well as like extra stuff for them to do on their own. And then we've also been posting everything to Instagram because it's more, let's say like it's even more accessible for kids.
Definitely. Yeah,
And
that's a
since
great
like
point. Hmm.
not everybody has a phone, a lot of kids do have phones,
Right.
but they
But
might have
not
to borrow.
laptops, and that's the problem. I know exactly. Yeah,
And so like
yeah.
thinking like how can we make this as like ubiquitous as possible without like strapping kids to screens as well.
Good point. Get them using their hands and building stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, so how long do how long do you plan to, I mean, obviously you plan to keep doing this until you can start getting people back together again, which, could be still a little while, that's for sure.
We well, at least virtual after school is going to happen until June, and then for summer, right,
Mhm.
because we normally do a lot for summer
Dude,
camps. And
summer's your
so
prime time, man. I mean, that's when the kids are out of school and they need to keep learning and keep themselves in good direction.
we are trying to come up with just like how do we redesign and rethink summer camps. And so we're trying to put right now we're planning for a few different options because we don't know what will be doable. We are definitely
Right.
going to do a virtual version of summer camps. It might be like a 1 day a week for the whole summer, or it might be 2 weeks where you have a morning session and an afternoon session. And we're going to stick to the themes that we've already posted on our website. um, and the other thing is maybe doing a small, like 10 kids max in-person summer camp if the stay-at-home order is lifted.
Right.
We
Right.
typically restrict our summer camps to 15 kids anyway, just so that we can have that in-depth engagement and hands-on. Because, like, again, imagine a room of 15, 6 and 7 year olds, and you're trying to get them to all sew and learn how to use a
Exactly.
solar panel. And so like they do it, but it's like you need extra hands. Um,
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is why I love you so much, because like these are the things that you're doing, and this is such important work. So I feel like this is making a huge difference in so many kids' lives. How many kids have come through Assemble's programs over the past almost
oh,
10 years?
so many. On average, we've been serving about what's the number? Like 2,400 a year. And that also includes the kids that we serve in school. So we also do
Right.
programs where we go to schools and do
Okay.
programs in the after school space as well as the in school space.
Right, 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 right. Oh my goodness. And so I mean, so obviously this whole the whole pandemic thing has just really made you have to rethink everything at the end of the day right now in so many ways. This has to be probably one of the biggest challenges you've had to face since starting this thing. I know when we started this, it was literally on a shoestring and a hope and a prayer, and you built it to this big thing, and now all of a sudden you're like, dang it, I gotta start over again almost.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, Jonathan, we have had challenges all along the way.
Of course. I believe that.
And someone else was like, oh well, like this must be like such a new challenge and things. I'm like, yes, but like it feels like every year there is something
There's
else.
something
Like
else.
I feel like we haven't got to the point yet anyway that's like,
Right.
okay, we're good. Because like it's always like we're building this plane, we're building this plane. It's
Right.
a dangerous plane.
So you've never actually exhaled in the past 10 years is what it boils down to, right?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't mean to laugh, but it's at this point we almost have to, right? Because it's nuts. But I know
But
you
like startups might be the ones that figure things out because they're the ones who are like, I don't know what's happening ever.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's like some built-in agility kind of going on there, which is definitely helping your way. What can the tech community and the community at large do to help you? Is there any call we can put out there? Do you need more supplies? I'm trying to figure out what is it that we can do to make sure Assemble continues to assemble lots of kids and continue to give them these awesome STEM skills and life skills along the way.
Well, there's so many different things. One easy way
Yeah,
is to just come and be a guest expert. And
okay.
one could do that virtually too now.
Of course,
So
yes.
we bring in folks all the time from different companies, represent different industry, or like academic departments, researchers, to come in and share what they're doing with our
Right.
kids. And so kids don't just think like, oh, scientists just, blow up and make volcanoes all day with like, 'cause they don't, right? Like they might, but
Yeah.
um, they're like also doing other stuff too, such as like um, coming up with cures for certain viruses, or coming up with like how can we scan your brain, or how do we start to really like transform the world around us, or make this new computer program that could be serving kids like that we're working with. And
Exactly.
so we
Okay.
always welcome folks to come in and share that expertise, right? And to also like help kids to understand how what they're learning connects to something that could be and is
Right.
in the world.
Exactly.
Um, Another way is like if there are supplies, or even to like if there's some fun swag that you're trying to get rid of, like
Uh-huh.
that is something that kids love. The little like squishy stress balls, I
Oh
think,
yeah.
are
Yeah.
perfect right now
Okay.
because everyone's stressed.
Squeezing. Mine have all turned
And
to dust. Yes.
yeah, you'll still be like so tense.
Yes.
And then two, we we are still going to be doing more kits, so we can pass these things out with our kits and supplies. If there's
Mhm.
also too like other like office supplies, we can take those too. You'd be surprised what you can do with post-it notes. And
Like mini origami and stuff like that.
yes, and animations. Um, and uh, and we do look forward to being together in the future. If folks are ever interested in joining our board or our committees,
Hmm.
that's something as well. And we have, and I think I talked about this the last time we were together, but
Hmm.
we had to move our big fundraiser maker date,
I know. I was going to ask you
um,
about that. When's it been moved
and
to?
October 9th. So that
October 9th.
Friday night.
Cool, man. Excellent. Because I know
So
people look forward to that, and that's your big thing, right?
it
And
is
so without that, you need that. That's a moneymaker for you guys, and
it's a moneymaker. It is a party. It is a way to connect people, and we
definitely
will be looking for more sponsors for that for the fall. It is
great.
really, but also too, like if there's, we're still going to be looking for makers. So think like if
Okay.
it's your job to make airplane parts, and it's not what is it when you're not allowed to talk about it because it's a company secret,
Classified.
classified.
Trade
Um,
secrets.
you could show someone how to make a mold, and just like you would for a propeller or something.
We should make a Pratt and Whitney turboprop blade.
Yeah. You want to be a guest expert?
I'd be a terrible guest expert. All the kids would be teaching me, man.
You could teach them all about podcasting though,
Oh
that's for sure.
God, I would hate it.
um,
So
and
cool.
we've
Maybe
done that in
I'll,
the past too. They've
yeah.
made their own podcasts and mixtapes, but yeah, and I also am trying to tell everyone to, if they want to donate computers,
Yeah.
donate it to the Beyond laptops,
Yeah.
because that is a way that like we don't have the capacity to make sure that all of our kids
Right.
have
Okay,
computers, but
good.
they do.
Yes. And we helped them raise a ton of money, and they got a ton of laptops they've been starting to get out into the students' hands. So we're really excited about that. That was one of the first things that became an opportunity for us at the Tech Council to partner up with neighborhood allies and with Google and with Aurora. And I think over $300,000 has been raised so far. So it's hopefully going to help a lot of kids. That's what we're really hoping for. Fingers crossed. We'll see. So good
And
stuff.
that's beautiful. Thank you, Tech Council.
We're trying. We got to thank you, Assemble, for continuing to keep kids learning and occupied during this crazy time. And I cannot wait for us to all be able to hang out together again, even if it's in smaller groups, so we can be human beings again, not hanging out in Zoom conferences all day long. I tell you what, the Zoom fatigue's getting to me, man. But talking to you pumps me up, and I'm so glad we got to talk today, Nia.
Thanks, Jonathan. Don't forget to like stand up
Yes.
and walk.
I had been doing that, and it's still like, but it's all good, man. We're gonna get through it. It's so cool. Thanks again for being part of this. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.